USL After Dark presents a Western Classic showdown between two sides in the upper echelon of the USL League One standings. And at home, Brian Clavin, the reigning coach of the week, unbeaten across 5 matches at home this year, looking to remain a powerhouse on his home turf. And Lee Wiedemann has his eyes set on propelling Spokane to their first ever regulation win streak on the road in league play. Lancaster, California is the site for a Golden League One matchup this evening. Spokane Velocity head into enemy territory with hopes of being the first team to snag a win in the Antelope Valley this year. And AV Alta look for their first win in this matchup's history tonight. And Josh Lill bringing you all the action this evening. AV Alta has been on a tear at home in league play this year. The scoring numbers are night and day, and also, folks, they have picked up 3 wins in the U.S. Open Cup on home turf as well. Tonight is the 3rd opponent that they will face that is currently sitting in the top 5 for the league standings. And the 6-6-1 has provided a formidable environment for opponents to compete in, as Lee Wiedemann has recognized in our conversations leading up to the match. And everything has been working for the 29-year-old midfielder Jimmy Villalobos in 3 matches in the month of April, 4 goals across all competitions. So he's tied his single-season career high. He's found great opportunities both in front of the net, at the edge of the box. And Brian Clavin told us he's also embraced the challenge of being a more physical player. He's winning duels, taking tackles, and he's proving that he is one of the more talented two-way players in this league. Spokane unbeaten in league play this month. They look like the team that we saw last November that made a run to the USL League One title. But they're off to a better start than last year. They've actually had 1 more point through their first 5 matches, and they are outscoring their opponents 8-1 in the month of April. Lee Wiedemann told me, they're still developing consistency. It's one of the hardest things to do in this league. But offensively, in terms of beating the press and being more comfortable inside the opponent's shape, those are the 2 things he's looking to work on here the rest of the way in 2025. A big part of those improvements is Pierre Reedy, Anwar Pelaez, and Siobhan John Brown up top. They provided just a scorching presence. And speaking of Anwar Pelaez, a late acquisition in 2024, just 2 goals a year ago in 9 matches with Spokane. He's already surpassed his total from that season. In the 3 matches he's scored, they have won. Another guy that's been great at finishing. He's a threat on the reception of crosses and has really made his opponents scratch their heads. Hard to deal with. AV Alta, they've been a force to be reckoned with at Lancaster Municipal Stadium. In Spokane, it's been one of their shorter road trips in the league. They're rested and prepared to take on the juggernauts in AV Alta FC. Starters and kickoff up next.
Insurance companies are not your friend. In fact, their sole job is to make certain you get as little as possible at a time when you need it the most. At the Paris Law Firm, we have a long track record of forcing insurance companies to pay you every penny that you're owed. If you've been hurt in a crash, call us at the Paris Law Firm so we can help you in your time of need.
At Edwards Federal Credit Union, we're proud to be the only financial institution born and raised right here in the Antelope Valley. That means we know what our community needs because we are the community. Whether you're buying a home, starting a business, or planning for your future, we've got you covered with the products and services tailored to your needs. From everyday banking to life's biggest milestones, we're here for you every step of the way. Edwards Federal Credit Union, everything you need right here at home.
When it comes to healthcare, you want all aspects of your care to connect and to work in harmony. Introducing Southwest Healthcare, a comprehensive network of care working together to serve you and your loved ones. Palmdale Regional Medical Center is proud to be a part of this new, expanded system. Our goal is to provide high-quality healthcare services that benefit you, your family, and our entire community. Experience health in harmony today with the new Southwest Healthcare.
Starters for AV Alta this evening. The big news, Denzel Smith getting the start in net. He came in the U.S. Open Cup and made that game-winning save in penalty kicks to secure their continuancy in the U.S. Open Cup. He also recorded 6 shutouts with the Trinidad and Tobago national team. Miguel Pajaro and Luca Mastrantonio hold down the fort in the middle. Obumu Alassane slots in at right back. For Spokane, is Jome getting his second start of the year in front of Carlos Marancio. And Jome made 9 subs for Spokane last year. Jack Denton getting his first start of the year as well. Siobhan John Brown atop the formation after scoring on his birthday last week against Texoma. That's the look for Lee Wiedemann and company this evening. And we are set to go here in the Antelope Valley. 2 teams above the playoff line, set to duke it out this evening as the USL After Dark has yet another enticing matchup this week. Whistle sounds and we are underway from Lancaster Municipal Stadium. Josh Lill bringing you all the action. Already a fast-moving start here, as this ball will stay with AV Alta. And the home side again coming off an exhilarating win against Orange County SC in the USL Championship back in the previous round of the US Open Cup. Storyline there is Denzel Smith coming in the 119th minute for Carlos Aviles. The main decision that Brian Claben told us in the days leading up to the match is that Denzel Smith had really put in the work in the offseason. You know, he was dealing with some injuries, but he also got called up to the Trinidad and Tobago national team. An opportunity that was a long time coming. And Smith came through, and another great chance here tonight to propel AV Alta through the standings. With pace at the edge, and a slow-moving cross. Can't quite find Sebastian Cruz. Trying to wiggle his way out of danger as Jack Denton ends up going out for our first corner kick here in the 2nd minute of play. And the 6-6-1, loud as ever here. Right behind the back of Carlos Marancio. Toyota Lancaster sponsoring our corner kicks this evening. Sebastian Cruz over there. Really opportunity here. The wind in favor of AV Alta. Goes short to Cruz. Blanca circulating, sent in. And Siobhan John Brown hustling to that ball. And this is going to be something to keep an eye on throughout the entire 90 minutes of play. AV Alta FC playing a demanding style of defense. A high press at all costs. I think the best word to describe it would be constricting. And that's one of the keys to the game for Lee Wiedemann, is finding a way to break that press. And it won't be easy up top with Alex Cerritos leading the way. And that long ball too far ahead, and it will go the other way.
Everyone is welcome to join the 661 support group at the Northside stand. Pedal and make some
Weather in Lancaster, California this evening, 64 degrees. The wind blowing 11 miles an hour to the northeast. And if you paid attention on the corner kick, you could see the wicked speed that the wind was moving at. In our injury report presented by Palmdale Regional, none to report for either side. And Spokane not taking part in the US Open Cup anymore after being eliminated by Tacoma in the MLS Next Pro. So they had the week to rest up. Navy Alta running on fumes after their thrilling victory in the midweek. Here's Cruz. Robledo on the byline, taken down. Swinger by Cruz, settled down and knocked away. And with pace coming, Spokane. And a clean challenge from behind, Pierre Reedy going down, and we play on. Juma Abdu Razak, our head official this evening. Didn't see enough contact to stop play. Another long ball up ahead, well-timed run by Cruz. Working inside. Deflection off the head of David Garcia. Now for the second corner kick for the home side this evening.
That is another Toyota of Lancaster. AV Alta corner kick.
Navy Alta controlling much of the ball here early on. Homer Martinez standing over this ball for a second consecutive corner kick. It's a team that scored 3 goals in the first 15 minutes of play in the first half of league matches this year. So dangerous territory here. Lee Viedman and company will have to find a way out of it. A lofted ball finds the head of Mastrantonio, but collected with ease by Carlos Marancio. Marancio 2 shutouts this year. Has given up just 4 goals, 1 in their last 3. In his second year with the club, Marancio providing a lot of stability between the sticks. And Spokane this evening in their white kits with impact blue letters and numbers. They're going left to right here in the first half. Navy Alta in their Joshua green kits with the desert sand yellows and yellow, desert yellow letters and numbers. We have a player down inside the box. Juma Abdu Razak checking on the injured AV Alta member and the training staff out on the pitch. Not a sight you want to see here inside the first 10 minutes. Miguel Pajaro checking on his fallen teammate. You can see Pajaro wearing that protective cap around his head. And Brian Claben looking to see if his guys are good to go. Unbeaten at home this year, as we talked about in our open. 5 straight matches on home turf. Denzel Smith set to take the goal kick, as we're good to continue. Spokane knowing they have to play with a high line this evening. Win that ball in the final third if they want a chance to have a good solid build against AV Alta. Both sides trying to get situated here early on, inside the first 10 minutes. Oprah. Heel to Lewis. With the pass up to Siobhan John Brown, who recorded his first goal in a Spokane kit last week against Texoma. It's a pretty good way to celebrate your birthday. And this is positive for Lee Wiedemann and company right now. The shorter you can make the passing lanes, the better against this AV Alta defense. Now they'll have a long field to work with. Alex Cerritos already applying pressure on Carlos Marancio. In positive territory coming Spokane. Beautiful through ball up ahead by Denton. And Heel there to recover. And Reedy pushed down inside the box. Not enough contact there for a penalty. AV Alta doing everything they can to pry that ball free. Unsuccessful. Oprah. Lewis thought about winding up. Choosing to play it safe, switching the pitch. And Jack Denton with the ball. Scored his first professional goal with Spokane in that quarterfinal against NoCo last year. Here's Reedy. Inside bouncing ball. And smothering it is Denzel Smith. Early opportunity for Spokane, nothing to show for it. And Pierre Reedy just fighting through the contact, misses Pelaez, and Siobhan John Brown unable to put enough of his body on the ball to create a chance. Over the head of Robledo. Garcia has to be careful. There's Lee Wiedemann in his second year with the club. 24 all-time wins as a head coach. The native of Liverpool. Attempting to pull off the upset here this evening. Navy Alta doing such a good job of defending the vertical threats in Pierre Reedy and Siobhan John Brown. Spokane loves to stretch the pitch vertically. Lofted long balls up ahead to Reedy and John Brown have been unsuccessful. Here's Sebastian Cruz. As his pocket picked. Navy Alta nearly had a good chance to cross. They're charged with a foul there. Sebastian Cruz, 1 goal and 1 assist this year with AV Alta. Also played his college ball not too far from here at Cal State Fullerton. He started in every match he's played in. Look for him to be a presence up top. Hefty goal kick here from Marancio. And a collision on the far side of the pitch. Spokane player a little slow to get up. Pierre Reedy has just taken an absurd amount of contact here inside the first 15 minutes of play. Getting knocked out of the air, pushed down from behind, tackled out from underneath. Nonetheless, takes one for the team. And an excellent free kick opportunity here for Luis Gil. All-league first team last year. Sent in, a flicked header right to the chest of Smith. Denzel Smith, confident and with grace, keeps this match scoreless. Yeah, and that went off of the head. Looked like Cameron Miller. Miller, the center back, with one goal already this year. Puts himself in excellent position to challenge Smith. And Walmer Martinez, number 80, on the near side of your screen. In at left back. Brian Claben wants to see his outside backs be aggressive on the pitch. Trusts his guys in Miguel Pajaro and Luca Mastrantonio to stay back, but a difficult spot here. Siobhan John Brown tugged with a great opportunity. Martinez with a soft clear. And it's finally sent out past Brian Claben. Nice nutmeg there from Heel. Turns it over to Osvaldo Ley. And AV Alta content with being patient. And the aggressiveness has paid off. As Brian Claben's club tackling at a 70% rate. He's third in the league. Just taking every opportunity to pry the ball out from under the feet of their opponents. There's John Brown on the counter and just shoved to the ground. Easy call there for our head official. Siobhan John Brown coming over from Central Valley. Great acquisition here. And colliding with Alex Cerritos. Brian Claben thought it was incidental contact. But an intense environment here early on. Two West Coast teams going at it here on USL After Dark. First ever meeting between the two clubs. A couple of expansion franchises over this season and last. Spokane forced into their own territory. As we'll get a stoppage here. Another Velocity member down, and our first booking of the evening. As that's Cameron Miller. And a wicked shot on target via the header earlier on. And Osvaldo Ley showing the way of the yellow card. And Ley just running right into the right leg of Miller, not giving him a chance to land safely. No-brainer there for Juma Abdul-Razak. That yellow card sponsored by Paris Law Firm. Looky here, AV Alta with pace. And with wide eyes, sought out Pretty successful long ball, but a little too far for Harrison Robledo. The USL on CBS Sports Network continues in April. Hot starting San Antonio FC takes on reigning USL Championship title holder Colorado Springs Switchback FC, April 23rd at 8:30 p.m. Eastern on the CBS Sports Network. And Lee Viedman on the near touchline, calling for reinforcements. Omar Martinez with the throw, and out to Miguel Pajaro, who's wearing a protective cap this evening. He took a vicious collision back in the match against Orange County SC. And specifically, it was a knee to the head. He was bleeding pretty badly, but opted to stay in the game, not giving Klaben and his staff an option. If you go back on the tape, you can see Pajaro still with the cap on, diving, making tackles, creating chances, even winning a few headers. It all paid off for Pajaro as he ended up recording the game-winning penalty kick to advance his club in the U.S. Open Cup. And you can feel the intensity here at Lancaster Municipal Stadium. It's really the environment that Brian Klaben wanted to bring to this team. He's a big fan of promotion and relegation over in Europe, as he experienced in previous coaching days. There's Blancas standing over this free kick. This crowd ready to erupt. Bouncing ball, rolling the way of the opponent. The Alta's so quick with their footwork. Back-to-back takedowns in similar areas. The cards right now not in the favor of calls for Spokane. There's Pajaro wearing more of a band around his head. Excellent opportunity. This one with in-swing, looking for Master Antonio. And out for a corner kick.
Toyota of Lancaster, AV Alta.
This corner kick sponsored by Toyota of Lancaster. And Blancas and Cruz. Little give and go here. Blancas deflected! And the flag was up, offside on the play. And Pajaro can't believe it. He thought his team had an early lead before the half-hour mark. And Sebastian Cruz again, give and go here with Eduardo Blancas. Excellently placed ball, but Pajaro caught cheating. Just a little bit to the left of Carlos Morancio. So Spokane breathing a sigh of relief. They'll get another chance here to set up shop. Playing through the contact. Here's Denton, shoveling it off. Reedy Header by Heel. Great positioning by Smith. And AV Alta not too happy that play continued, as they've got a player down on the far side of the pitch. It's Mabumu Alassane. And Pajaro, the captain, having some words with our head official, Juma Abdul Razak. A chippy affair nonetheless up to this point. And Alassane goes down on his own accord, it looked like, at least from our angle. Again, Pierre Reedy, who's such a crossing threat. In that left wing spot, giving Luis Heel a great opportunity. Alassane good to go. A bit of a different look defensively for Spokane this evening, with this Jones starting at that left back spot. Derek Waldeck not in squad. Played in a team high 35 matches just a year ago. Finally recorded his first goal in a Spokane kit last week. And he is unavailable today. So keep your guys on AV Alta as they look to attack that left side of the formation for Spokane. Cameron Miller, right now down on one knee, slow to get up. Getting looked at by the training staff. What a great story Cameron Miller is. From a trialist to signing a contract with Spokane. Ended up being an integral part of the team's defense last year. Even Marcelo Lage leading the way as a center back duo. But tonight, David Garcia joining him. And service in. And a rib launched into the 6-6-1. Select is proud to be the official match ball supplier of the USL Championship. From the Academy to the big leagues, Select is there every step of the way. Visit us.select-sport.com for the latest Select products, specials, and more. Select, the player's choice. Miller appears to be good to go. Over to Morancio. And Cerritos' pressure paying off. And forces a turnover. That's that demanding style of play. AV Alta carries with them everywhere they go. Alassane, nowhere to go. Pajaro up to Cruz. Possession with a flare. It's exactly what AV Alta looks for every night. Coming away with a takeaway. Tripped up and keeping it alive. Nice tight roping play by Alex Cerritos. Continuing the attack here for AV Alta. afraid to launch the long ball. Having a little trouble with such this evening. And the season have been pretty successful. And Garcia sends that one right into the stands, giving it right back to the home side as we near the half-hour mark. Maybe Alta not a club to make rash decisions. They're best in possession this year, averaging 61% of the ball each match. Looking to work around their opponent, dice them up inside on the attempt like you saw there. Use their pace to work around them. And right now just outworking Velocity FC. We talk about that average stat. Possessing the ball at a 61% rate on average. It's currently what it's at. So consistency is something Brian Claben, like Lee Veedman, still looking to develop. Doing so in possession is going to allow you to create plenty of chances. Villalobos has been quiet this evening. Alassane. And to the back post, here's Cruz. Goes off of Oprah, then Cruz. So it'll be out for a Marancio goal kick. The goal kick's so important to the start of every build. It was a good decision by Carlos Marancio. Could lead to an excellent chance on the other end. Might be able to see Carlos Marancio from a satellite camera with that neon orange kit. And Osvaldo Ley going down, grabbing at his foot. Right in that area where contact was made with Andre Lewis. A little ginger, but able to continue. Far set up to Joe. Filling in for Derek Waldeck this evening. His cross. Garcia stepping. And a little too aggressive there. Unable to find the likes of Anwar Pelayas. Denzel Smith looking formidable this evening. He's seen 3 shots on target. And making 3 saves. His first regulation minutes of the year. Maybe Alta feel like they have 2 great experienced keepers in their club that give them a chance to win every single night. And actually, this is Denzel Smith's first ever professional venture inside the Trinidad and Tobago Premier Football League. So the 25-year-old experiencing new things here in 2025 has been welcomed with open arms in the Antelope Valley. On to Cerritos. Greengrass in front. Deflected shot and collected by Marancio on the ground. And a dangerous opportunity with Sebastian Cruz and company lurking around the 26-year-old keeper. And the patience by Cerritos. Nice diving stop there by Marancio. And if he wasn't more careful, Sebastian Cruz and Jimmy Villalobos would have been there to net goal number 1 this evening. And Luis Heel finds the speedy Siobhan John Brown. Lucky Oprah working ahead. Deflection off of Osvaldo Ley and a corner kick for Spokane. Something Lee Veidman definitely wants to take advantage of with a guy like Lucky Oprah playing behind Siobhan John Brown. Working invertedly to force a corner kick here. Luis Heel, the captain. Without swing. Header finds no one. Blancas to collect in that far corner, pressured by David Garcia. Denton to Heel, up to Oprah. Crossing opportunity on the ground. Here's Denton! And a statement has been made in the Antelope Valley. The young professional scored a big goal in the quarterfinals last year and does so this evening. And a sly smile from Lee Veidman on the bench says it all. Oprah's cross deflected, and Denton does a great job of just following up on the deflection. It looked like it went off of Anwar Pelaez. And then Denton from point blank range doesn't miss. Big time players make big time plays. In the 36th minute, Jack Denton has just done that. And Jimmy Villalobos looking to create a response. And a trip up in the far corner, going the way of Spokane. Their last league match at home against Chattanooga, EV Alta did trail early on, 1-0, took the lead 2-1, ended up coming away with a 3-2 victory. The late match heroics of Jimmy Villalobos against LAFC 2 in the second round of the US Open Cup. Show that late game heroics very well could be in order here this evening. But for now, Lee Veidman's squad doing everything right so far. And part of that is the rate at which they've been passing the ball in AV Alta's own half. Velocity FC passing at a rate just north of 73%. in AV Alta's territory. The home side this evening, the second best in the league in limiting passing accuracy in their own territory, and 60%. So clinical work in the opposition's territory from Lee Wiedman's club. Jack Denton filling in for Colin Fernandez in the starting lineup this evening. Proving why Velocity FC can be such a dangerous team down the run. Depth and experience define Spokane. And it's shown here in 2025. 5 minutes to go until stoppage time. AV Alta with 8 crosses this evening. One could imagine they're far from done in that department. Right now having trouble setting up in opposition's territory. Luis Heel with a well-timed run, trying to dance his way around Luca Mastrantonio. Spokane content with heading to the locker room with a lead. They've avoided defeat in their last 12 league matches, and scoring first. Another corner kick here for Spokane. They're trying to adhere to their early lead. Anwar Pelaez will get credit for the assist on the Jack Denton goal. First of the year for Pelaez, as well as Jack Denton. Here's Heel on the set piece. Cruz back up to Lewis. Mauricio far out from his own box. This pass ends up leading to a good sequence of events here. Reedy's cross, here! Clinical finish inside the 6. And the Antelope Valley is stunned. The captain strikes again. And we saw Pierre Reedy do it last week against Texoma on the Siobhan John Brown goal. And a picturesque ball finds the foot of a well-skilled player. And frustration looming over the home side as Spokane is not only asking all the questions, but they're answering them as well. It's the largest deficit that AV Alta has faced at home in league play this year. And Brian Claben is now seated pondering what it will take to complete the comeback as Eduardo Blancas goes down. First booking of the evening to Spokane. Siobhan John Brown up in arms about it. His first booking in league play this year, and Luis Gil doesn't like it either. And Siobhan John Brown and Luis Gil have to be careful here. So Blanca's cutting inside. John Brown calling for incidental contact there. Juma Abdur-Razak not having any of it, as that yellow card is brought to you by Paris Law Firm. Walmer Martinez. And ball settled down. Villalobos with the flick. Might have taken a deflection. It finds David Garcia. There's Lee Wiedemann getting a touch for the evening. Or so he attempted. Stoppage time this evening for the first half of 4 minutes. The Alta have controlled 61% of the ball, holding up to their season average. Interception here by Reedy. Looking to work on the counter, has a pacing Denton in front, and Reedy pushed down from behind again. Advantage played. Here's Lewis up ahead to Denton. And triple teamed in the corner, nowhere to go. The youngster works his way out of it. Here's Lewis. Belize has that shot blocked. Clinical defense there by Miguel Pajado. Spokane with a lower line than most teams, but have refused to let AV Alta inside their shape this evening. Inside, a rip and a save by Marancio!
So Toyota Lancaster, AV Alta, corner kick.
Leaping efforts by the Spokane keeper. Preserve the shutout. And my golly, Miss Jolly, Carlos Marancio leaping to rigorous heights. We might see that save a few more times here in the coming days. Within swing. Out to Siobhan John Brown, cutting between two defenders. And with pace, keeping it alive. Might have a one-on-one opportunity. He has reinforcements. Here's Andre Lewis. And a save made by Denzel Smith. Glides with his own teammate. Alisson clears the line. Excellent defense by AV Alta. And Velocity FC cannot believe it. And Denzel Smith is down. What a wicked turn of events. As Andre Lewis had a one-on-one opportunity. And his second chance cleared on the byline by Mabumu Alisson. And that's Jimmy Villalobos colliding right with Denzel Smith. And the roadside cannot believe they didn't convert. But more importantly, Denzel Smith slow to get up. Getting checked on by the trainers. Just not the sight you want to see. Denzel Smith, more than just the keeper he is in terms of what he did in the Open Cup earlier this week and his efforts this evening. And Brian Claben and staff had nothing but high praises for the 25-year-old keeper. And Smith, someone who has persevered and earned the opportunity to be on the pitch tonight. When you look at his credentials with the Trinidad and Tobago national team, and just his patience awaiting his opportunity. And Captain Miguel Pajado and Mabumu Alisson there to check on their keeper, Jimmy Villalobos. Was the one that collided with the keeper and Smith. As Andre Lewis and company were threatening. And Villalobos, who has been in excellent form as of late, has been limited. 3 goals in his last 2 league matches. Nothing to show for it this evening, and Carlos Aviles appears to be coming in for Denzel Smith. Just an unfortunate sight for just a wondrous person in Denzel Smith, and we hope nothing but the best for him and a speedy recovery. As he's going to be helped off here in the first half stoppage time. Carlos Aviles, no stranger to the pitch. He's the starting keeper for Central Valley just a year ago. He started in 4 matches this year, allowed 7 goals, making 11 saves for a save percentage of 61%. He's preserved 1 shutout. He's the first ever League One player to have played for 5 different clubs. If you include AV Alta, you can throw North Texas, Tormenta, Chattanooga, and Central Valley in there as well. Aviles, who recorded the shutout a couple weeks ago against Westchester SC. Kept his side in it the whole way midweek against Orange County. And showed his determination to help his side to a victory against Chattanooga just a week ago. And Brian Claben has given him the go. Just an unfortunate sight here for Claben and company as Denzel Smith is down again. And you can see the head official Juma Abdur-Razak calling for off-field reinforcements. Again, our thoughts and prayers with Denzel Smith and his family, as well as AV Alta. It's just not a fortunate sight here this evening. Aviles set to come in here on this waste management substitution. Denzel Smith being walked off the pitch here by Lucky Oprah. Great sportsmanship from Oprah and Spokane, helping to get him off the byline. It's always more than sports. Oprah showing just that. And we wish a speedy recovery here for Denzel Smith. And Smith will exit tonight. With 4 saves to his name. And here comes Carlos Aviles officially. And the Dallas native, veteran of 26 years old, set to keep his team in this match. Aviles also 3rd among active keepers and saves with 257. He's just 2 behind Rashid Nuhu coming into the match day today. Also 6th all-time amongst keepers and shutouts with 20 to his name. And Aviles shaking a bit of rust off on that goal kick, giving it right back to Spokane. So 4 minutes of stoppage time has turned into 8+. Mauricio with a heavy foot. Kept alive by Siobhan John Brown. Ball working the way of AV Alta. Siobhan John Brown pretty frustrated by that call. Contact up ahead between Garcia and Cerritos. Things getting chippy here. Couple of bookings each way. Pierre Reedy's been taken down. several times. Denzel Smith out of the match. The tempers are flaring here late. And the 6-6-1 trying to propel their team to one last opportunity for a first half goal. In the 9th minute of stoppage time. Within swing. On the ground. Save made by Marancio. And this corner kick brought to you by Toyota of Lancaster. Eduardo Blancas put a lot of pace on that ball. Challenging Marancio in the dying minutes of this half. To the back post. Settled down, Cruz's shot deflected. Sent up by Oprah. And that is the end of the first half. Spokane coming away with 2 goals in the first 45 minutes of play. And right now, courtesy of Jack Denton, that man, getting his first start of the year, as well as Luis Gil, who's providing his views of that first half to the head official, Juma Abdul Razak, who has also been busy. 2-0 your score here after the first 45 minutes of play. And both sides playing with an intense amount of effort, but it's Spokane trying to be the first team to pick up a win in the Antelope Valley. We've got plenty of action at halftime for you, and stay with us for an exhilarating second half to come.
Life is about making connections, and AVTA is your way to connect with the rest of the Antelope Valley. AVTA connects you to your friends, your family, local services and businesses, healthcare, even where you work. At AVTA, we make your connections possible. Get on board today. AVTA empowers mobility, getting people where they need to be safely, timely, and cost-effectively.
My school schedule was packed. I had no time to practice.
I wanted to chase my dreams without sacrificing my education.
Then I found Learn for Life.
Flexibility means I don't have to choose between practice and school.
I get to chase my dreams and learn at my own pace.
I can learn my way.
I can learn my way.
Learn for Life High Schools, completely free. Enroll anytime.
Toyota of Lancaster's Buy Local and Save sales event is on. Come down today to save big on hundreds of vehicles in stock. Cars, SUVs, trucks, hybrids, and more. We have new vehicles arriving daily. In the market for a used vehicle, Toyota of Lancaster has a massive selection of used and Toyota certified used vehicles to choose from. Drive with confidence in the vehicle you deserve. Bad credit, no problem. Toyota of Lancaster will make your vehicle purchase safe, simple, and fun. Shop online at toyotaoflancaster.com. Toyota of Lancaster. Buy local and save.
Back at Lancaster Municipal Stadium, Spokane Velocity FC currently playing spoiler on the road. They lead AV Alta FC 2-0 after the first 45 minutes of play. Plenty to like here if you're Lee Wiedman and company. And we'll take a look here at Team of the Week for match week 6 in League One. Coach of the Week, Brian Clavin of AV Alta FC. His team has gone 5-0 at home, in all competitions. And Jimmy Villalobos named Player of the Week, again tying his career best for a single season scoring record in 4 goals. He also ended up recording his first ever professional brace against Chattanooga. The likes of Siobhan John Brown and Derek Waldeck for Spokane recording their first ever goals for, when they were in a Spokane kit. So taking a look now at Goal of the Week and Save of the Week in League One.
Flicking it behind, it's clever to Cruz. Back in! What a finish that is! A scintillating team goal for AV Alta, and they're level inside 15.
DN here, Cromartie Smith waiting in the gap. That's where it goes, Cromartie Smith! What a save by Rankenberg! stepped up when he's needed to tonight.
Today we went to the beach, and it was totally worth it. Stay 2 nights, get a $50 Best Western gift card.
Whoa, termites can eat a pound of wood a day. 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 What's wrong, Daddy? Daddy? You okay?
Keep termites out of your home and your head with our premium guarantee that covers up to $250,000 in new termite damage. Before panic shows up, Terminix it.
Success doesn't come easy. It takes grit, hustle, and relentless effort. Every step forward brings you closer to greatness. This is your moment. Elevate your game. El Jimador, Spiked Bebidas.
Are you wondering who belongs at Antelope Valley College? Let me introduce you to some students. Dreamers.
Career builders.
Transfer students. Working parents.
Veterans.
Student athletes.
First-generation students.
In short, you belong at AVC.
We're here for you, so visit avc.edu and apply today.
2-0 is your score after the first 45 minutes of play between Spokane Velocity FC and AV Alta FC. Josh Lill with you this evening, bringing you all this USL After Dark action. So we have got plenty of more action for you during halftime, so let's take a look at news and notes from around the league. So 3 League One clubs will be taking part in round 32 of the US Open Cup. They will all face MLS clubs. Union Omaha will travel to St. Louis City SC. Chattanooga will be on the road against Nashville SC, and AV Alta FC will take on FC Dallas. And there's much excitement in the Pacific Northwest about League One, not just for Spokane, but for Boise. They have over 2,500 ticket deposits in their first week. And stay tuned for the Jägermeister Cup. Plenty of action coming at the end of the month as Forward Madison will look to make yet another run at the championship match in that in-season competition. So if this result were to hold, this would be the live standings heading into tomorrow morning. Naples handed their first loss by 1 knocks this evening, and that one coming at home as well. Spokane Velocity would go into second place if this result were to hold. Richmond and Westchester had an exhilarating 4-4 draw. Richmond above the playoff line, and Texoma had a 1-0 lead, and Ford Madison rescued the result late in that match. Ford Madison and finished so high in the standings last year, looking to propel themselves above the playoff line. Chattanooga, after a rough season last year, find themselves in 8th, and this is the current league standings if this result were to hold. So a little shocking still to see Union Omaha and Ford Madison, along with Charlotte, so far down on the table. An upcoming schedule the rest of the way, as those are the scores from this evening. Richmond and Westchester drawing at 4. 1 knocks coming away with the shutout victory, handing Naples their first ever loss. AV Alta leading Spokane 2-0 at halftime. And Chattanooga coming away with the second league 1-0 victory against Greenville. And Texoma ended up drawing with Forward Madison 1-1. Could not hold the result. Tomorrow, Charlotte will host Tormenting, and all these times are Pacific. So 4 p.m. Eastern kickoff tomorrow between the Jacks and the Ibises. And we've got highlights and stats coming up for you next. Stay with us for the final 45 minutes of play.
Insurance companies are not your friend. In fact, their sole job is to make certain you get as little as possible at a time when you need it the most. At the Paris Law Firm, we have a long track record of forcing insurance companies to pay you every penny that you're owed. If you've been hurt in a crash, call us at the Paris Law Firm so we can help you in your time of need.
From everyday banking to life's biggest milestones, we're here for you every step of the way. Edwards Federal Credit Union. Everything you need, right here at home.
When it comes to healthcare, you want all aspects of your care to connect and to work in harmony. Introducing Southwest Healthcare, a comprehensive network of care working together to serve you and your loved ones. Palmdale Regional Medical Center is proud to be a part of this new, expanded system. Our goal is to provide high-quality healthcare services that benefit you, your family, and our entire community. Experience health and harmony today with the new Southwest Healthcare.
We're moments away from the final 45 minutes of play between AV Alta FC and Spokane Velocity FC. Josh Lill bringing you all the action this evening. Spokane currently with a 2-0 lead on the road. Before we get going, let's take a look at some of the first half highlights here from, really sparred that one, Hazel Smith. The Alta FC have not lost at home this year, looking for their 6th consecutive win in front of their home fans. Spokane Velocity FC have never won consecutive regulation matches in league play on the road. In their short tenure as a club, they're looking to write just a new chapter, another new chapter in the rich history already, rich young history of Velocity FC. Carlos Aviles with Captain Miguel Pajaro trying to will this team to at least a result. Kalyan Palivanov set to check in for Osvaldo Ley. And Palivanov, he can be seen at left back, right back. He has experience as a center back as well. That's your prototypical Bulgarian backliner, able to do all the things. Spokane in their white kits with Impact blue letters and numbers. And in their Joshua green kits with Desert Sand letters and numbers, AV Alta FC. We're set to go looking to even this match up.
Are you ready for the second half?
Two clubs with incredible fan bases. Going at it here this evening. And only one will come away with the victory. And Josh Lowe bringing you all the action here from the Antelope Valley. And AV Alta FC going left to right, Spokane going right to left. And our head official again, Juma Abdul Razak. He's done a good job of keeping the tempers at a controlled level this evening. Kickoff was at 7:30 p.m. local time. And they're right now in Lancaster, wind blowing 11 miles an hour to the northeast. It's a starry night, 61 degrees. Click for Palivanov, dispossessed. He comes in at that right back spot. And working around the defensive structure for Spokane. That was a big point of emphasis for Lee Wiedemann. Take down from behind. We play on. Here's Pierre Reedy. Has 2 assists, or 1 assist, excuse me. Today on that action. He could have recorded an assist last week as he fought through contact to help create the Siobhan John Brown goal. It was another last-minute touch. Very well could have 2 assists heading into the match. Crossed inside and shot just over the crossbar. And that's where Pelias can be so lethal. Just the shortest amount of spaces. Pelias finds a way to pick up an impactful touch every time. Pierre Reedy with space. He'll take it down from behind. And he draws the foul there. Pelivanov not too happy with the call.
Safety, please be aware that soccer balls may fly into the spectator area and be dangerous and cause serious injury.
1 assist this year for the 21-year-old.
Please inform children in your care of these risks. Thank you.
And Heel designated to take the set pieces this evening. Looking to work that far side of the box. There's plenty of reinforcements. Within swing, challenged right to the heart of Aviles. And we have a Spokane player down inside the 6. In just a brief time. We play on. And Joe making the smart decision there to clear. Maybe Alta looking to control possession in large spells as Mabumu Alassane steps up to that pivot defensive midfielder role. There's some Robledo giving him some help there as well. Stretching the pitch out to Blancas. Cutting inside. There's Cerritos threading the needle. Lewis gives it right back. Walmer Martinez dancing, firing right to Marancio. Popped up, Blancas, pop fly, corralled by Marancio. A couple of great chances there for AV Alta. Marancio and company not giving in. Beautiful work here by Walmer Martinez. And Joan Blancas right there in the heart of the box. Jones' presence preventing a clean scoring chance. Soccer season is here, and SeatGeek is the official ticketing partner of the USL. Get all your USL and tickets and more from the #1 ticketing site. SeatGeek, your ticket to great seats. And Denton doing a great job. And throwing Robledo off his balance. And a feisty Robledo working through contact. A great 1v1 battle. All-out defense being shown. Brian Claben wanted a foul for a jersey tug. by Jack Denton. But what you just saw, folks, is gritty determination and defense by both Robledo and Denton, two players who equally wanted the ball. Ivanov inside, wicked curling ball. Maybe Alta wanted a handball. Found John Brown up to Luis Heel. Heel has that ability to drop in. Or he could play as a right winger. Really take his space as a central midfielder. The captain can really do it all, and we've seen that here this evening. Marcus trying to cut space. Reedy with an excellent tackle. Joe nearly gives it right away. Lewis controls. And here's Oprah. The former Northern Colorado man. Ends up losing that ball. Alasan and company looking to go quick. Maybe Alta worked 40% of their possession. 46% of their possession against Orange County on that right flank. So if Spokane can keep them on this left side and force them to be uncomfortable, that would be a big win for Lee Wiedemann. Bill Ivanov winds up. Again, like Carlos Aviles did so on a goal kick in stoppage time. Just attempting to shake the rust off there. Can't watch the match? Turn on Sirius XM FC 157, North America's only 24/7 source for engaging soccer talk, including USL All Access on Tuesday nights. Plus your live matches from the USL, MLS, Premier League, and more, all on Sirius XM FC 157, the new Sirius XM app. Alasan whiffs. That high block of AV Alta being picked apart by Spokane. Jome in positive territory. Works through a jersey tug. And a deflected cross out of play for a corner kick. Fans here a little anxious here this evening. In high spirits, but they know coming back from being down 2-0 won't be easy. Cerritos tight roping. Ivanov with a great chance to work in the middle of the field. We've struggled with that this evening. And up to work on the outside. Villalobos. He was fairly patient there with his touch inside the 18. Jome with an unforced giveaway. Navy Alta are in plus territory. What an incredible job Luis Heel, Jack Denton, and Andre Lewis have done. Just locking down that middle third of the pitch. Blanca's trying to cut through and draw defenders. Ends up getting taken down. And Pure Reedy can't believe it. Navy Alta, they have the right idea. if they can continue to work their way into that middle of the defensive structure for Spokane, not only can they draw fouls like that, but they'll end up opening up the field for the other players. Substitution set to check in. Here's the free kick. Knocked away by Marancio. Boy, has he been good tonight. As this ball's out for a goal kick. We've got a couple of substitutions as Brian Claben is calling for his club. Jerry Desdunes and Emmanuel Alaribe set to take the pitch, and Marancio leaping to his left. And two guys here that have combined for 4 goals this year. Looking to will their team to a result. These substitutions sponsored by Waste Management. And Jerry Desdunes scored the first goal in club history against Ventura County. Emmanuel Alaribe scored the club's first home goal in league play against Westchester SC. Eduardo Blancas with back-to-back shots on target. It'll be interesting to see how they can continue to feed a young forward. Spokane wanting to play the long ball. Pelaya's chasing. And Wilmer Martinez coming out victorious. To the backside, out of the reach of Cruz. Top for a Toyota of Lancaster corner kick. So AV Alta, knowing that they're having trouble working inside of Spokane, trying to play vertically. As well as trying to stretch the pitch out for 15 crosses, this evening. Nearly double of what Spokane has. They're trying to up that number. Continue to challenge the visitors. They'll attempt to do so here on the corner kick. Short side, Blancas deflected. And they're going to call a handball here. And a booking shown. As Andre Lewis felt he was in good positioning here. Lewis turning to the backside. That attempt by Blancas. So it'll be a free kick. And an excellent chance here this evening. And right now, Juma Abdul Razak talking it over with his ARs. Spokane set to put that wall as close as possible. And we'll see where Juma Abdul Razak lines them up. So Lewis shown the way of the booking. Pardon me, it's actually on Carlos Marancio. And that yellow card sponsored by Paris Law Firm. Wilmer Martinez Has a wall of 5 in front of him. And in the 62nd minute, excellent chance. In front of a crowd full of anticipation. With step. Wow, a free kick stunner! Somehow, some way. Excellent placed ball in an area where Marancio had no chance. And a hole between Cameron Miller and Lucky Oprah. This deficit cut in half. And the goal going the way of Eduardo Blancas. His first this year for AV Alta. Plenty of chances this evening for Blancas. And he puts a beauty. Keep his team well within the reach of a win. Anwar Pelayo is out, Javier Martin Heel in, providing defensive stability. And Javier Martin Heel in his second year with the club. Came up in the Real Madrid Academy. In trouble here. Here's Cruz. That goal sponsored by Snow Orthodontics. An injury on the far side of the pitch. As Jimmy Villalobos goes down. And Lucky Oprah shown the yellow card as he's ginger.
There's Lawford, yellow card. Number 13, Spokane Velocity, Lucky Oprah.
And making contact there. And that one's going to sting for Jimmy Villalobos. It appears it did as well for Lucky Oprah. AV Alta alive here, controlling 72% of the ball. As that yellow card is sponsored by Paris Law Firm. AV Alta outpassing Spokane 104-39. Here's Mastrantonio. There's Wilmer Martinez dancing yet again. That ball jarred free momentarily. And set in a recycle here by AV Alta. Pierre Reedy. Joan. Under duress. Given right back. Pajaro. Blancas has another take. It's fair to say Eduardo Blancas has been feeling it here over the past 10 minutes. Carlos Marancio felt like there was a little bit too much of a vacancy on that set piece goal by his defenders. They've made way for that goal by Blancas. Nice flick up ahead, great opportunity. Here's Reedy, it's deflected. Reedy feels it's a corner kick, and he cannot believe that it won't be here. So Reedy between Pajaro and Pelivanov. It's popped up. Avila's chasing it out past the byline. A shift in energy here at Lancaster Municipal Stadium, just past the hour mark here. AV Alta FC looking to remain unbeaten at home across all competitions this year. 2-0 in league play, 2-0-1 in the U.S. Open Cup. Spokane Velocity FC. Going to come away with the upset on the road. If you look at the standings, it might not look like an upset statistically. But if you listen to this crowd and take a look at all those who have gathered, it's an intense environment. David Garcia also hitting the turf here. Send here by Morancio.
Please refrain from any abusive chants. It will not be tolerated.
AV Alta again doing most of their work on that right side of the pitch. 46% last match. And the same here today. So head official Juma Abdul Razak heading over to Lee Wiedman, and the fourth official having a discussion. And both teams waiting patiently. You can imagine Juma Abdul Razak and his staff are just trying to keep this match under control. We've seen a lot of disagreements from the players toward some of the calls this evening. At this stage in the match, can't afford to lose anyone to a second yellow card. Officiating crew play on as that one went off the head official. The USL Championship and League One are on CBS Sports and ESPN platforms all season long. Catch live matches and expert analysis every day on the CBS Sports Golazo Network and ESPN Plus. Go to USLChampionship.com or USLLeague1.com for the complete USL TV listings. AV Alta here, over 2/3 of the way into this match. Still with that high press. One of the more conditioned teams in the league. Lee Wiedman pointed out in our talks leading up to this match, and AV Alta FC at home very well are the most dangerous team in the league. When you look at the scoring numbers, the record, the attendance as well. And a block shot there. But a key word that Lee Wiedman used when describing AV Alta FC was chaos in their rotations, defensive press. As Joan cleanly tackled, jersey tugged from behind by Pelivanov. Free kick in the opposition's half for Spokane. But Wiedemann was confident heading into this match. Said with the right execution, any team can be beat. Right now has a 1-goal lead. Just under 20 minutes until the stoppage time of the second half. Juma Abdul-Razak definitely has his work cut out for him this evening. Chance raining down from the 6-6-1. Luis Gil into the booming sounds of the drums. And Garcia's attempt wide there. Aviles with a great second half so far. Only had to deal with one shot on target, but has done his job. Bumu Alassane trying to fill the space in the midfield. Brian Claben looking to push numbers. Just keep an eye on those overlapping runs in the final third from AV Alta. Looking to do everything they can to throw confusion the way of the opponent. Levanov taking his space. Blancas, the lone goal scorer for the home side. His cross in. Blancas, like the Energizer Bunny, finding his way to the ball. It appears every minute or so. And Lewis taken down. And he is in discomfort as well. The dish by Oprah. Now Uribe colliding there with Lewis, who does such a good job to move the attack into that second level for Spokane. Can cover a lot of ground. But guys like Pierre Reedy and Siobhan John Brown. Great position down the pitch. eFootball is here. Live your dream, rep your team, and play as your favorite USL Championship club. eFootball is free to play. Download now. And flick on ahead. Right back over. Aggressive passing attempt. Handball deflection. Bumu Alassane doesn't like it. He wants a free kick. Will take place here. Adam Almake. Set to come in for AV Alta. Interception here. Siobhan John Brown has a cutting heel deflection. Impado pumped up trying to keep the 6-6-1 in it. And put himself right between the ball and the net, refusing to give Luis Gil a one-on-one chance with Carlos Aviles. With the sounds of the support section in his right ear. Luis Heel. Ready to go. Trickling ball. Jump up to Lewis. They've got to go quick. Denton lets it fly. Heads up to the cameraman. That's where you have to be careful if you're AV Alta. It can be effective throwing bodies at the ball.
Exiting the game.
However, if Spokane makes one quick creative pass, it could put you at a disadvantage.
By number 18,
Adam for Walmer Martinez. Yeah, the former Union Omaha winger whose signing was just announced hours ago. He's set to wear number 18 for AV Alta. Omesh at 25 years old. Coming in a moment where AV Alta need a last-minute spark. Omesh working around Reedy. Cutting pass inside. Here's Cruz evading defenders and a deflection by Garcia. And Almesh, just miscommunication there with Kalyan Polivanov. Carlos Marancio knows it's not going to be easy here down the final stretch. Just one goal, 2 goals rather, conceded by Spokane in their last 4 league matches, including today. And he's been stellar in that stretch. And Javier Martin Heel, some of that action. Decided to go to the ball there for a quick second. Here's Martin Heel. His cross. Inaccurate. Here comes AV. Cruz with a slow roller. Cutting inside and turning it over. Defensive unity by Spokane this evening. Why the result is where it is. Turned over. And great challenge there, and we play on. Jome cutting inside. Working around Almesh. David Garcia. His former teammate in Windsor, Colorado, Lucky Oprah. Back to Garcia. They were eliminated by this Spokane side in the postseason last year. Their valuable defensive experience is going to be required here to pull away with this 2-1 victory. Quick switch of the pitch. Almesh. A little give and go. Great 1-2 action there from Almesh to test Marancio. Maybe Alta with 4 shots on target here in the latter half of this match. Done so to figure it out. They'll just need a little luck to go their way, which they well have had this year before. Push from behind. And Oprah is livid. David Garcia trying to plead. Juma Abdur-Razak. Jerry Desdunes was the victim of Oprah's intentions. Lucky Oprah with already 1 yellow card this evening. Has to be very selective in his challenges. Is the last thing Velocity FC right now need. Gonna go down a man here in the final moments of this match. And Jerry Desdunes. And that free kick blocked this time. Spokane getting a little redemption there with their wall. Only Villalobos and Mabumu Alassane are back. Everybody else forward could provide an advantage here. Almesh, his cross backside. Desdunes. And he floats. Jome up ahead. Nice touch by Siobhan John Brown. I don't know if that was intentional. Reedy over to John Brown. Far side forcing maybe Alta FC to really work here. Somehow able to work his way out of the constraints of Jome. Great movement at the edge of the box. Clean sliding challenge. And that is the excellent defense that has led Spokane to success over their last several league matches. Well-timed challenges. Have left a lasting impact on this match. David Garcia has been nothing short of stellar.
Waste management substitution of Spokane Velocity. Exiting the game.
And Bryce Meredith,
being replaced by number 42,
the Raleigh, North Carolina native, set to come in here. Garcia will wear the armband, and Luis Gil, who right now has the game-winning goal for Spokane, he'll check out of the match. And a yellow card in hand. Shown to Luis Gil. He can't believe it. But he'll disregard that booking. Making way for the 24-year-old Bryce Meredith. Meredith on a short-term deal. 23 starts in 34 matches at the University of Memphis, where he recorded 2 goals. Just south of 100 minutes in league play this year. He's still looking for his first professional goal contribution. Luis Gil performing so valiantly tonight. Recording a goal. A couple shots on target. Maybe Alta looking to hold the ball here in the final stretch of play. Working from side to side and trying to cut in and shorten up the space. Spokane has been compact. It's been tough to break. And at any moment's notice, Navy Alta attempts to make a pass inside. Like you saw there, Lucky Oprah just doing the little things right, sticking his leg out and preventing that opportunity. Good chance knocked away by Miller. Reedy sends that one to the side. Almesh, creative in his efforts. And Joan with the denial. And Villalobos. Almesh. And swinger popped back. Now Almesh, with the full support of the fans, ends up creating a corner kick here. Blancas to the chance of the crowd. Another opportunity here. Looking for a crucial set-piece goal here. Right before stoppage time. Knocked up and just to the left of Morancio. It's been slim pickings for the home side. Just one goal in the second half of league play this year. And 4 minutes of stoppage time here in Lancaster, California. Masango Kale and Marcelo Lage in for Spokane. Pierre Reedy checking out for the evening. Lage with 2 starts this year in the league. Played in a team high 2,869 minutes last year. And then Cameron Miller. Staple at that center back spot. Andre Lewis done for the evening. Mauricio taking his time. Spokane searching for back-to-back regulation road wins for the first time in club history. AV Alta looking to remain unbeaten at home with a 6th consecutive match. For the home side, those hopes looking a little more grim as every second passes by. And up next for AV Alta, they'll head up to Sacramento for a 7 p.m. local time kick in the Jägermeister Cup against Sacramento Republic FC. On Sunday, April 27th, Spokane Velocity FC. They'll host USL Championship side Oakland Roots and home for a 3 p.m. local kickoff. Lee Wiedemann pushing his team to the final as he knows it's just seconds away. This could be one of the bigger victories in the short tenure of Spokane Velocity FC. We're far from done. Double teamed in the corner, Almesh. Musango Kali. And Ishjom there. Force the ball into their own hands. Jom's thrown to Akale. This one's sent up. And Glaben tosses it to Blancas, the lone goal scorer this evening on a terrific free kick. And Master Antonio trying to pick the right pocket. 5 on the back line for Spokane. And Des Dunes taken down inside the box. No call there. Spokane coming away unscathed in that sequence of events. Mr. Antonio's header back to Aviles. As far back as he would have liked it. Pajaro. Velocity players waiting there on the take by Cruz. Final whistle sounds. Spokane comes away with a massive victory on the road, 2-1, and they hand AV Alta FC their first home loss in club history. And Lee Wiedemann was very adamant that no matter what record or talent the opposition has, with execution, a victory could be recorded. Eduardo Blancas and the rest of the club and fan base are stunned on home turf this evening. Spokane Velocity FC, the runners-up from a year ago, showing why they're a main staple in League One this year. And 2-1 your final. Goals scored by Luis Gil and company. Jack Denton getting on the board as well. We've got highlights and stats for you up next in your final 2-1 from Lancaster, California.
Life is about making connections, and AVTA is your way to connect with the rest of the Antelope Valley. AVTA connects you to your friends, your family, local services and businesses, healthcare, even where you work. At AVTA, we make your connections possible. Get on board today. AVTA empowers mobility, getting people where they need to be safely, timely, and cost-effectively.
Toyota of Lancaster's Buy Local and Save sales event is on. Come down today to save big on hundreds of vehicles in stock. Cars, SUVs, trucks, hybrids, and more. We have new vehicles arriving daily. In the market for a used vehicle? Toyota of Lancaster has a massive selection of used and Toyota certified used vehicles to choose from. Drive with confidence in the vehicle you deserve. Bad credit? No problem. Toyota of Lancaster will make your vehicle purchase safe, simple, and fun. Shop online at toyotaoflancaster.com. Toyota of Lancaster. Buy local and save.
Are you wondering who belongs at Antelope Valley College? Let me introduce you to some students.
Dreamers. Career builders.
Transfer students.
Working parents.
Veterans.
Student athletes.
First-generation students.
In short, you belong at AVC.
We're here for you, so visit avc.edu and apply today.
Your final from Lancaster Municipal Stadium, Spokane Velocity FC coming away with the 2-1 victory on the road against AV Alta FC. Courtesy of goals scored by Jack Denton and Luis Heel. Lee Wiedemann very pleased with his club's efforts tonight. Let's take a look at the full-time highlights from the match this evening. It was a 90 minutes filled with plenty of action. Early on here, Lucky Oprah in the first half, a cross in. Quick touch by Anwar Blyas finds Jack Denton. He reports just his second goal in his young professional career, the first of the year in his first start of 2025. So that goal took place in the 36th minute. And just 7 minutes later, Spokane continuing to pour it on Pierre Reedy with an excellent placed ball, finished by Luis Heel. Reedy gets the assist. And Heel records his third goal of the league in league play this year, fourth in all comps. But in the second half, it was Eduardo Blancas with a wicked ball on the free kick to cut the deficit in half. And somehow he found a little bit of space between Lucky Oprah and Cameron Miller. And that was all she wrote. And one last time from Lancaster Municipal Stadium, Spokane Velocity FC coming away with their first ever win streak on the road in regulation victories. Josh Lill bringing you all the action this evening. It was a pleasure. Thank you to our entire crew for making this possible. Your final, Spokane Velocity FC 2, AV Alta FC 1. Thank you and have a great rest of your night.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent of the United Soccer League.